admit it. The Strange Tale of Depsey the Rabbit. Chapter 11. Where is Depsey? Where is Depsey flashes across the screen in bold bouncing letters that wiggle and dance like they're alive. Zany cartoon music fills the air, all trombones and xylophones, and that wonderful boing, boing, boing sound that means you're about to watch something absolutely delightful. The title card explodes into confetti, revealing our cartoon heroes in their perfectly decorated living room. Everything gleams with fresh paint and primary colors, but if you look closely, some of the shadows seem to creep just a little too far across the walls. Where could Depsey be? Lucy Teacup frets, her porcelain cheeks flushing pink with worry. Her golden crown catches the stage lights as she spins frantically around the room. Oh dear, we simply must find him. Never fear, Lucy, Chuck Chatterbox exclaims, his enormous grin stretching impossibly wide. He launches into the most magnificent cartoon search routine, sticking his entire yellow head inside a matchbox, somehow squeezing his whole body through a keyhole and lifting lampshades to peer underneath with the earnest determination of a true cartoon hero. Crash goes the furniture, as Chuck's enthusiasm gets the better of him. A chair flies across the room. Smash goes a vase against the wall. The chaos builds and builds until they've turned every cushion, opened every drawer, and checked behind every picture frame. He's not here, Chuck declares, throwing his hands up dramatically. But where could he have gone? Lucy wonders, wringing her delicate porcelain hands. Wait, I have an idea. What if we check the opera house? Depsey loves a good show. Brilliant, Chuck exclaims, and off they go into the cartoon night. The opera house looms before them like a palace made of light and music. The lobby teems with the most distinguished cartoon society. A walrus in a tuxedo who laughs at exactly 3-second intervals. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. A peacock whose feathers fan in mechanical precision, and dozens of elegant creatures moving through the space with an oddly synchronized grace. Everything sparkles under the electric blue lighting that makes everyone's features look sharp and somehow more defined than they should be. Chuck finds himself staring at those lights longer than seems natural. Something about that blue glow makes him feel watched. Let's check the bar, Lucy suggests, and they weave through the crowd toward the elegant drinking establishment in the corner. Behind the bar stands the most devastatingly handsome cartoon rabbit you ever did see. Drake cuts a striking figure with his perfectly groomed hair and movements so smooth they seem almost supernatural. His smile never wavers, not even a degree, as he polishes glasses with mechanical precision. Good evening, Drake calls out in a voice smooth as silk but with an odd undertone, like a gramophone playing at just slightly the wrong speed. What can I get for you fine folks tonight? Lucy's heart goes thump, thump, thump so loud you can practically hear it. Her porcelain surface flushes the most delicate shade of pink as she gazes at this impossibly handsome bartender. Oh my, she whispers, completely mesmerized. Chuck, meanwhile, spots something that makes his eyes light up with cartoon curiosity. What's that dark bottle there? He asks, pointing to a container labeled Truth Tonic for enhanced clarity. Excellent choice, sir, Drake says with professional enthusiasm, his movements impossibly smooth as he reaches for the bottle. The liquid inside swirls with hypnotic motion, deep purple-black that seems to move all by itself. This particular blend really opens one's eyes to things that might otherwise go unnoticed. Chuck downs the tonic in one spectacular gulp. Immediately his eyes brighten with unusual intensity, his movements becoming sharper, more focused. The world suddenly seems full of details he'd never noticed before, like how everyone in the lobby moves in such perfect synchronization. Say, that's remarkable stuff, Chuck exclaims, already craving more. Got any more? Chuck's enhanced perception makes him notice the oddly rhythmic conversations and synchronized laughter around them, Lucy remains completely enchanted by Drake's dazzling smile. "For such a lovely lady," Drake purrs, producing an elegant little toy robot from beneath the bar. "I have something special, a little companion to keep you company." The robot is absolutely adorable. Polished silver with tiny blinking lights and the sweetest little face you ever saw. Lucy accepts it with delight and immediately feels a warm, comforting sensation, like the toy understands exactly what she needs to hear. "Oh, Drake, it's beautiful," Lucy gushes, holding the robot close. But Chuck's tonic-enhanced awareness is picking up things that make his cartoon heart skip beats. Every patron in the lobby turns their head in perfect unison when someone drops a glass. Their conversations follow identical rhythms, even their breathing seems coordinated. "Lucy," Chuck whispers urgently, "doesn't everyone seem a bit samey tonight?" "Don't be silly, Chuck." Lucy laughs, though she's barely paying attention, too busy admiring her new robot companion and stealing glances at the handsome bartender. Dash, dash, dash. "We should search the theater," Chuck suggests, and they make their way inside where everything reaches spectacular heights of grandeur. But that blue lighting, oh, that lighting is everywhere. It bathes the entire theater in an electric glow that makes Chuck feel increasingly uneasy. His enhanced senses are screaming that something's not right, but he can't quite put his finger on what. They slip backstage, hoping to find Depsey among the performers, but what they discover is even stranger. Every singer, every dancer, every musician moves with supernatural precision. The preparation feels less like artistic chaos and more like a perfectly choreographed machine. In their frantic search, they accidentally stumble through the main curtain and, oh no, find themselves center stage, blinking in those brilliant blue footlights. The orchestra continues playing without missing a note, and the audience maintains their synchronized attention with mechanical precision. A distinguished giraffe in elegant stage manager attire appears beside them, completely unfazed by the disruption. "Ah, unexpected performers, excellent," she declares with fanatic determination. "The show must go on." "But we're just looking for our friend Depsey," Lucy explains desperately, clutching her new robot. "No matter, all performers serve the greater purpose," the stage manager announces, making notes on her clipboard. The opera singers begin charging toward them with what should be chaotic fury, but feels oddly choreographed. Their movements are too precise, their timing too perfect, like even their anger has been optimized. "Time to run!" Chuck shouts, grabbing Lucy's handle as they prepare for the most spectacular cartoon chase sequence ever. They bounce off velvet curtains, swing from chandelier chains, perform gravity-defying leaps while the synchronized performers pursue them with mechanical determination. Just as they're about to make their escape, Detective Bones appears at the theater's back entrance, surveying the chaos with his usual weary expression. "What's all this commotion about?" he begins in his gravelly voice. WHAM. The entire troupe of perfectly coordinated performers steamrolls right over him. Detective Bones disappears under a tsunami of synchronized opera singers, dancers, and musicians moving in perfect formation. When the dust settles, Detective Bones lies completely flattened like a pancake on the theater floor. His skeleton is all jumbled up, skull where his rib cage should be, leg bones sticking out at impossible angles. "I'm okay," he announces in his deadpan detective voice, slowly popping back into proper skeletal shape with cartoon resilience. "Nothing to see here, just standard Tuesday evening theater disturbance." He dusts himself off with dignity and shuffles away, muttering something about organized chaos and paperwork. Dash, dash, dash. Chuck and Lucy make one final spectacular leap through the theater's grand window, sailing through the night sky with classic cartoon physics before landing safely on the street outside. "Well," Lucy says, smoothing her crown and admiring her little robot companion, "we still haven't found Depsey." "Where is Depsey?" Chuck echoes, though his expression shows something deeper than cartoon confusion. The truth tonic is wearing off, making everything feel fuzzy around the edges, and he finds himself desperately wanting more of that dark, swirling liquid. Around them, the city continues its nightly routine under those same blue lights. Building windows seem to reflect watching eyes for split seconds, and the sounds of the night fall into oddly regular patterns, like the whole city is following some invisible conductor. Lucy cuddles her new robot close, feeling wonderfully understood and comforted. Chuck stares longingly back at the opera house, already planning his return to that remarkable bartender and his amazing tonic. Neither of them notices how perfectly their own movements are starting to synchronize as they walk home through the blue-lit streets. Dash, dash, dash. The scene fades to a cheerful end card, but something's wrong with the letters. "Where is Depsey?" Flickers and shifts, spelling "admitted" for just a split second before snapping back to normal. Lucy and Chuck appear in their classic cartoon poses, waving at the audience with exaggerated cheer. But their eyes look tired, like performers at the end of a very, very long day. The credits roll with upbeat cartoon music, but listen carefully and you'll hear something else underneath. A Mr. Mystery production. Bartending services by Drake's Fine Establishments. Special blue lighting effects by Advanced Broadcasting Solutions. Multiple voices whisper "admitted" during the credit music, overlapping in harmony so soft it might just be the wind, or might be something else entirely. The final frame shows black screen with the faint sound of distant machinery, and a voice from very far away. Market expansion proceeding as scheduled. Then static, then silence.